welcome to another episode of Knit Chat with Jen podcast. I am your host, Jen, coming to you from Hayward, California, which is part of the East Bay area, Northern California. If you don't know already, this is a podcast about knitting, sometimes makeup, sometimes books, a lot in regards to my life and whatever else I want to throw in. Let me think about this. You can find me on Instagram mostly as Knitterly Book Lady. You can also find me on Ravelry as Knitterly Book Lady. This podcast does have a Ravelry group, and you can find it under the Knit Chat with Jen podcast. Today is Tuesday, August 16th, 2016. I don't know why I paused again. This is the second time recording because the first time I started, I was kind of rambling the same way, and then our doorbell got knocked on, and it turns out I had more stuff to add to my big pile. So I don't know why I'm pausing. As you can tell, this is a new setup. And just water. It's hot. We have a new setup in the dining room area. I've hated my dining room table. Way before the P and I got married. I got it from my parents, hated it, but it was free. You don't turn down free. So when moving out of the house. So I took it, hated it. It was a pain to move. 3 times moving it. And finally I said, enough. I need a desk. I need a place to work. And we don't need that big of a table. It was this glass, gaudy, round table that just took up so much space. So we got rid of it, and it's already gone from the trash. And P got us 2 card tables until we can get a fancier table. But we have a long card table right here that's in front of the window, which there's an airplane going by. It's hot. Sorry, guys. So we have a long table right here. That's my desk. And then we have a smaller square table right here for our dining table. So, space. I like it. Some people may not like it. I don't know. I love it. So that is why I'm recording here, and I got a new laptop that can handle my web camera. So there you go. Anyway, today we are going to be talking about knitting, stash therapy, and etc., etc., etc. So first off, let's talk about knitting. And first, what is off my needles? Well, let's first talk about this thing because it's hot and I want to take it off. So it's a shrug. I don't think you've seen the product, but the yarn was the yarn that I was using for the Bestone shrug, and I decided to frog it. So it's squishy. Ooh, wrong way. One red shoe. They're MCN. And I decided instead, I'm sorry for shaking. I decided instead to do the dew point shrug, but I not massively, but tinkered with it a little bit. The sleeves are actually supposed to end right here. I extended it to make it a 3/4 length, and it turned out perfectly. So you want to see the other side. So And then I extended the body to 6 inches. So, hi boobs. So I extended it out a little bit more. You want to see the back. I'm hoping the lighting doesn't suck monkeys, but I'm pretty pleased with it. I was hoping to make it more of a cropped cardigan, but it turned out to be, come on, thank you. No, I'm still fuzzy. I was hoping it to be more of a cropped cardigan, a crop sweater cardigan, but the way the fronts are, it's still a shrug. So I have an idea of what to do in regards to how to make it to be more of a cardigan sweater rather than a shrug. So I'll be planning to do that soon. Soon, but not entirely. Not entirely soon. So, come on, focus. Are you going to focus on my face? Like you wanted to see that up close. Alright, I'm going to take this off. Alright, I'm back. Okay, again, I want to emphasize that this was done in Anzulu Squishy in the One Red Shoe colorway. And I used 2 skeins of yarn. So this has 385 skeins. 385 skeins times 2, that's about 700. 770. No, that doesn't sound right, but whatever. It's around 700 yards. I'm hoping to teach kindergarten math, not first grade math. Sorry, guys. I'm getting better about my math, though, and I'm actually loving math. So, but that is for another time. All right, next finished object. It's been a month, so that's why there's a lot. Okay, guys? So, this is a commission sock. I have not blocked it, and it's looking more navy blue. Maybe if I... it's looking more navy blue, but it's actually dark purple. Maybe... oh, you know what it is? A little bit better. But yeah, it's a dark purple. And here's the tag. This is a commission sock for my friend, Madame Lederhosen. The pattern is Hermione's Everyday Sock. I did these 2 at a time. Here's the yarn details. Upside down. Regia. Ignore the price. It's Angora Merino. There you go. So it's a combination of superwash merino, polyamide, which is their nylon, and Angora. And I had 2 skeins. My friend gave me the skeins. She said, please knit me some. And I said, sure. And again, it's not, no. Nope. It's just how it goes. So that's 1 pair of socks. The second pair of socks I finished, which I believe you saw last week, was my Regia Perfect. Alright. I believe I was here. Yeah, I believe I was around here last time before the heel. As I did that, and then I was all the way here, and then when I went to fly to Dallas, I started the heels and then finished the rest of the body the next week. Turned out really nice, but it's been too hot to wear them. I don't like summer, guys. I tolerate spring. I love spring for the flowers. And I do like summer for the pools, swimming pools, and the pretty nature, and the butterflies, and the birds, but I don't like the heat. Does that make me weird? No. I'm sorry. Just born in the wrong state. I think that's what it is. So. By the way, if you see gaming over there, that's my husband. We share. I missed him. He was gone. Anyway, these are my Regia Perfect socks. I've had these done for about a few weeks now. Here's the yarny details. Regia Perfect. And I didn't have to do honestly, the only measurement I had to do was when I got to the foot. Other than that, I just followed it to the coloring because it says specifically, if you want to see, it has instructions. So, all right, last thing that I have completed finally is my lace back cardigan for my sweater class. I'm not gonna wear it. Oh, do I really have to wear it? Oh, fine. I'll wear it for you. Let me put it on. Give me a moment. Yep. Here it is. So I did a 3/4 length sleeve. As you can see, to be perfectly honest, not impressed with these classes. I don't think I do, I don't know. I don't want to be negative towards the teacher or anything like that, but I just wasn't that impressed. It doesn't fit me. I did all the measurements correct. I did all the math correctly. I ran it by her too, and she said the math was correct, but it doesn't. So it fits well in the back, which let me show you. So it fits well in the back area. I mean, I've gotten so many compliments about the back. But the front, as you can tell, it doesn't sit right. It just doesn't sit right. And I even did this to kind of make it so that it rolls and makes this artistic. No, it just doesn't sit right. I'm tempted to just give it away. I had it, there's still a hole in there, and even then the sleeves themselves, they were too long and too big. I had to put it in the dryer. I had to wash it in the machine and put it in the dryer to shrink it up. Which is superwash merino, it's fine. But, superwash merino also grows. So after a few wearings, I have to then wash it again. It's fine, whatever. But I don't like it. I am not happy with it. I'm not impressed. So it's probably just going to stay as a house sweater, when I'm around the house and I'm actually cold, which has not happened in this house ever. Never been cold in this house. Whatever. It's okay. But yeah, I'm not impressed. I don't think I'll be doing any sort of the formula again. Sorry, I'm trying to look at my camera, not down below. So let's see if I can do that. Okay. So yeah, I'm just not happy. Oh well, it's okay. Meh. I don't care. Alright, I'm going to take it off and I'm not going to pause the camera because I'm tired of doing that. Oh, it's hot. It's hot, you guys. Oh, done with you. Alright, so that's all my finished objects. I've been knitting a lot. Okay, guys? I've been knitting a lot. Sorry for the jiggling. If I put it here, will it jiggle? Yes, but not that bad. Okay. Alright, let's get to whips, okay? What is on my needles? Let's first show you these. Okay. So, in my Erin Lane piratey yarn bag, I have going on a worsted weight brioche stitch style scarf. It's going to be an infinity scarf, so I'm going to be attaching it. I'm going to be attaching it to the end. So I am almost done with this. I've been on summer break for the last week. I know. While everyone is going back to school, I'm on my summer break, which I'll talk about that later. But yeah, so I've been knitting on this constantly. And it's really fast. It's a worsted weight brioche style brioche stitch. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, but it's an internet. No. You can find it's a PDF that I found. This is a commission knit for a friend of mine. I opened up my commissions to scarves and shawls. So with charging a certain amount, and my friend's like, do this for me before fall starts. And I'm like, sure, I'll have it done by September. I don't have that much worsted weight yarn, so I had to go to Knit Picks. Because again, if I want to charge a certain amount just for the yarn or time, it's best to go to Knit Picks, to be perfectly honest. So I'm on my second to last, okay. I'm on my second to last ball. There you go. It's called Eggplant. Let me grab the tag for you. One thing about long projects is that it doesn't sit well. Alright, stay. Alright. This is Knit Picks. Swish worsted in the eggplant colorway. Which is, here's the dirty details, 110 yards, worsted weight, and 100% superwash merino wool, so I don't have to worry about her ruining it if she decides to wash it. So, yeah. Yep, so I'm almost done. I've been averaging a ball a night, so either, not tonight, probably tomorrow I'll finish this. And hopefully I'll be recording more than just once a month. So, yep. So that's what I've been oh, the Velcro. Sorry, guys. Really? Stop it. Okay. So that's what I've been primarily working on. But while I am out and about, I also have a pair of socks because, you know, as Kristen always says, like you do, from Voll and Vine. This doesn't seem to be very good. Uh-oh. Oh, no. course, it's in the middle of a row. Good job, Jen. Oh dear. It barfed. I was knitting on this while waiting for the husband to come back, and it's gone crazy. And I, of course, was in the middle of a row. Let me finish this while I talk to you. Hi, guys. How are you doing? I can tell you right now they're Knit Picks Felici in the rainbow colorway. Ooh, nice coloring. I am doing a basic vanilla sock pattern, and I'm going to try out Afterthought Heels. Because the one thing I never really liked Afterthought Heels because, I don't know, my math wasn't right. But I figured it out. I figured it out. So, I'm trying it out. Because if I figured out the math and I figured out the fit, then I can easily do self-striping socks for commissions. And, be able to do that without worrying about fit. I like doing fish lips kiss heel for self-striping, but this aesthetically, I want it to be that nice. I don't know. Aesthetically, I'd like it to be something else. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been giving you the yarny details. Hold on. It's like Grand Central Station here today. Ah! What was that? What was it? Oh, pictures. Okay. I'll explain more and etc. etc. I've been giving you the yarny details, but I have not been giving you the needle sizes. So with a brioche scarf, I'm using US 10s. Okay. This is US 1s. 2.25 millimeter. I'm using ChowGoo wooden. I haven't used wooden needles in a long while, and that is because I've been just loving the metal, but my hands have been not happy with me. So, and I've been told wood is a little bit better for arthritic hands because it warms up, so, and it's not, you don't have to grip so hard since I'm a tight knitter. So it has been doing well with my hands. So I'm not giving up metal just yet though. So again, I'm doing it 2 at a time, vanilla sock. I don't know what happened here, if you can kind of see. I was knitting, I was going my way, and then all of a sudden this happened. There was a knot and everything. I'm like, okay, Knit Picks, what's going on? So, and it's not matchy-matchy. Wasn't trying to be. And I just did basic 2x2 instead of my twisted rib. And I did it for 2 inches. As I said, I have the window open, so if you hear screaming, if you hear anything, there's nothing I can do. I live in an apartment complex. Alright. And it's hot. Did I mention it's hot? It's hot. Alright. I'm using Knit Picks Felici. There you go. Rainbow colorway. It's a Knit Picks crazy time here, isn't it? And I have 2 skeins, and I'm doing them 2 at a time. What else can I tell you about this? Other than I need to get rid of this Velcro. That's about it. I'm going to be doing a lot of commissions in the next month or so because I did another kind of call out for more people for commissions. So I'll be doing a lot more commissions interspersed with personal stuff. So, and I'll be showing those because if I didn't, there'd be nothing to show. So, all right, no books today. No makeup to really review. So I'm just going to go into stash therapy. Now, this I would call a parade of guilty pleasures because it's a lot. But here's the thing. It's been a month. So, and a lot of this is actually not bought. It was bought, but I didn't buy them. Just to kind of give you a heads up. So, the last time I spoke with you guys, we didn't know what was going on with Peter's mom. We knew she was going to pass, but she was in hospice. I went out to see her. Both he and I did. Went out to see her, and we got to spend time with her in Dallas, Texas, and then we got back on Monday, and then that Tuesday she passed away. So, why are you being a poop? So, yeah, so a lot of this stuff is actually things that Peter and his sister, his older sister, has been putting together, saying, okay, this needs to go to Goodwill, this needs to be trashed, this needs to be sold, and some of it's going to us. So let me start with that first because it's in the way. So, and that's why I was asking him what we got. We got a picture. One of the things we got from Mom was the pictures. And that's my... Hi, Hedgie. So Peter's mom was obsessed with owls. It was like her spirit animal. It really was. Her room was painted as a tree house, and she had little owls all over it. And so this is, and I think this is a replica of Hedwig. Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, it is. So we got Hedwig, and while we were there, she wasn't really cognizant. She wasn't really awake. But we thought maybe to help her out, we could bring her some owls, and Hedwig was one of them. And then one time she threw Hedwig across the room. You know, like you do. So Cindy asked if we wanted it, and we said yes. So, Hedwig, welcome to the family. With our big family of stuffies. Alright, you get to sit here for now. Okay. Also, let me show you first the big happiness that I am so excited about. Yay! I have been wanting a sewing machine. So now I have one. And it has, blind hem stitches. Nice. Okay, I need to stop looking at it. But we just got it today. It's heavy. So I am so excited. Whee! So excited. I've been wanting a sewing machine for a while now to start really sewing. I've never, other than playing around, I've never sewn in my life. So I signed up for Craftsy. I'm ready to take some classes and practice. So this is actually going to live under my desk. So I guess there's a case coming for it. That's what my husband tells me. There's a lot
more materials.
A lot more material. Is there fabric?
I don't know. Filled with goodies, including fabric shears.
Ooh! Fabric shears?
Yep.
Never been used with anything other than fabric.
Yep.
Yes. I also got a couple of these, which I was eyeing in the house. This book, actually. I was like, ooh, I want this. So I got this. Well, we got it, but yeah, mine. Not to be all greedy. This looks like a thread and matching bobbin kit. And it's upside down. So that's pretty cool. Cuckoo, ka-choo. More bobbins. She wasn't a big sewer, but I think it was Cindy wanted to sew, and so Mom bought this for her, and she ended up not liking it, so I'll take it. Also this, which I am going to be perusing, because again, never used one in my life, other than to play with. I was a naughty child. I would go to my mom's sewing machine, and I would, just do things to it. I don't know if it was good or not, but it just wasn't good. Alright. So that is that with that box, so Teddy can go play with that. Whee! Okay. So that's some of the sewing. There's more. No, wait, there's more. Again, this is a month's worth, so give me a break. So you know that I had to go to Knit Picks. Well, I wanted to get $50 worth, so, and this was available. If I could just, so this is called Dark Side. Come on, focus, dear. Are you gonna focus? Are you gonna focus? No? You're not gonna focus? There you go. This is called Felici Dark Side, which is rainbow, but with black. Same thing. I don't like the fact that they don't at least try to make it. I'm not gonna tear out yarn just to make it match, you know? But I wish they would try. But I love the smell of this yarn. I love it. To me it smells like plastic. I think, what was it, Jacqueline from the Brooklyn Knits, she didn't like the smell. I love the smell. I love it. Yarn face. Woohoo! I also got, because again was trying to get to 50, some Felici sprinkles. Which is good. About right. There you go. This color is actually more of a pale yellow, not a white. And then this is an actual yellow. Let's see if I can. There you go. That's a little bit better. There. Again, a little washed out because of the sun. And then I also got a pattern collection. Shorter line. There were a lot of including this one, patterns that I thought were really pretty. That could go well with my couture. So that was my knit picks acquisitions. Then one of my club shipments came in. This is Highland Handmaids. For those who get Highland Handmaids and have not gotten theirs, turn away. But I'm probably the last person because California, Maine, California, right? Okay. I love this one. Oh my gosh. So one of the added ones was a moose. And then speckly yarn. And the colorway is cut under lock and key. I'm not sure what that is a reference to. But see the speckles? See the speckles. Oh, I love it. And it's autumnal, and I'm so ready for autumn. Can it please be autumn? Please. Fall. Winter. I want it to be cold. Here's more of the speckles. I will be knitting this up once it gets to September. Guaranteed. Oh, and sorry. The type of yarn is speckled. Let's see if it can focus. There you go. Speckled alder sock, which is 90% superwash targhee and 10% nylon. So I'm pretty happy about that. Okay. What else? All right, so that's my club shipment. As I said, this is a month's worth, okay, guys? If you, what was it? Someone was talking about how, one podcaster was talking about how this is not her bragging, and this is not me bragging. It's just more, I love, this is my favorite section in podcasts. So why not put my favorite section in my own podcast, right? Because the podcast is for me. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. This is my favorite part of podcasts. It gets me to branch out of my yarn bubble. So I'm hoping that it does to you guys too. So, all right. Back to the stash therapy. So then this last weekend, so I was without my husband for a whole week. And by Saturday, I was ready to get out of the house because other than hanging out with friends, I didn't really have much to do. Because again, I'm on summer break. So my friend and I went to Pearlescence, which is closing. I wanted to go there sooner, but this was the only time we could do because they're closing at the end of August. So, yeah. But I'm not sure why the kid is screaming. Seriously, who's torturing you? But they had some knitted wit. And this is the rock candy green. Don't focus on my face. Don't focus on my face. Don't focus on my face. There you go. So knitted wit in the rock candy green. And their victory sock. Don't focus on my face. There you go. So this will be for the P because he loves green. And I was really good. That's it. That's all I bought. That's all I bought at Pearlescence. It was like a crafty day. So we ended up going to this quilting bee place and then also Joann's. So let me show you first. This was actually a different acquisition. I'll show you guys later. So first at the quilting bee, they had a couple of fabrics on sale. Because again, I want to go slow. So I'm going to be making some bags and practicing. So this was on sale, Downton Abbey. I'm thinking this will be the outside. This is just quilting cotton. It's really nice though. Quilting cotton, Downton Abbey. And this was on sale. I guess no one wants to watch Downton Abbey again. Did your computer crash, Lovey?
Yep.
Mm. So on the inside, we're going to do more of Downton Abbey. So these are all half a yard each because the minimum for the sale to get the fabric was half a yard. And I think I got a little bit more than half a yard on this one because this was the end of the bolt. I think that's the term. So this is, and it just says Downton Abbey, Downton Abbey. So that's why I figured this will be a nice lining. So there you go. And then still at the same place, but again, it was on sale. It's a pretty good sale, so I figured why not. Again, bags. So on the outside, half a yard of this. Pretty rainbow hexagony love. This reminded so much of a friend of mine's tattoo. So it's like, I need a bag. I keep looking at her tattoo. I'm like, I want that in a fabric. Again, this is quilting cotton. So, and then on the inside, I think I'll do this rainbow. If you can see it in the colors. There you go. So there you go. I got a free craft C. Excuse me for playing with my nose. I got a free craft C. I can't say that word. I got a free craft C video. Where it teaches you how to make a knitting bag. So there you go. And then at Joann's, I got pretty easy 1950s simplicity dress. See my pile. A butterick skirt, which I'm going to shorten a little bit because that would be too short for me. I mean, not too short, too long. And then I like this version of the dress, not that version. So I do want to shorten up the sleeves for that to make it a 3/4 sleeve. So, and probably shorten up the dress. But wouldn't that be pretty? Yep. So that's not it. So that was this last Saturday. A few weeks ago, I stopped by my yarn store to grab some supplies, and I got some Madeline Tosh, and they just, like, seriously, the sticker's coming off, and you don't need to see, but they just started carrying BFL sock, because who doesn't want BFL? And it's in the Gemini twins. Isn't this gorgeous? Gorgeous, but you can't really see the speckles. There you go. Much better. There is some hot pinks that are looking red, like there. Oh, there you go. There you go. yarn sniffer. And I loves it. And you can see the long tendrils right here of the BFL. Can you see it? Can you see it? Oh, I needed it. I asked my husband, of course, which I'll tell you why later. And he's like, fine, you can have some. I'm sorry. I just shoved yarn up my nose. So yes, there's going to be fiber up my nose. All right. So last thing, this is completely different. It's not sewing. It's not knitting. It's not nail polish or makeup. It's art. I'm so excited. I have to bring this with me tonight when I go to IKEA. So one of my friends from my cohort at school, she's also an artist, and she invited everyone to the First Friday Art Murmur. And I went one time years before, I think at least 3 years ago. It was on a date. You get inventive when you date in the Bay Area. Is he gonna show it to me? Oh, that's gorgeous! You guys, so this is one of the pictures that we got. Yeah, I like it. We got married in Yosemite. I love it.
Snow.
In the snow. I like the frame too. It matches.
Mm-hmm.
That was a different type of artwork. It just came in the mail today. So yeah, I went there a few years back, but I've always wanted to bring the P. It wasn't a date with him. So we went. I begged him. We had already had plans to see Suicide Squad in Hayward. We were going to see it with a friend. We were going to pick her up, have sushi, and I'm like, nope, we're changing it. We're going to First Friday in Oakland. And he's like, fine. I like making him change his plans. So we ended up going there, and then I saw her artwork, and I'm like, oh, I have to buy it. She's very talented. And then she actually gave me one extra. I was like, dude, you gotta make your money. No, it's okay. I'm like, okay. So she was one of my first friends in the program. She likes to draw graffiti style, and she likes to draw women and just inspiration from magazines and whatever. I really like it. It's really pretty. So that's one. That was one that she let me grab, but this is one of the ones that I'm like, oh my god, I need it. So I like the female form. I'm not gonna apologize. I like the female form. And then this was the one that I wanted to buy the canvas, but it was a little bit more money, and we're on a very, very strict budget. So I got the print instead. So gorgeous. Oh, so pretty. So I had to get frames for these. So yeah, that's my artwork, and that's it. That's all my stash therapy. I'm not gonna crinkle this. So yeah, let's go on to etc. If you guys don't want to hear about my personal life and all that stuff, it was great seeing you. I hope to see you guys soon. Have a great, wonderful time. I'll see you later. Love you. Big hearts. Big half hearts. I'll see you next time. For you guys who are willing to enter into the madness, come on in. So as I said, before Peter's mom did pass away. So he was planning to go to Dallas around this time anyway to visit his mom and also his sister. But obviously since she passed away, there's still a lot that needs to be done. So he went there last week and he sent a good portion of stuff over to us in the mail so that way he didn't have to pack everything. There's still a lot of stuff that needs to be done because that's what happens when you have a lot of stuff. So, yeah. What else has been going on? Well, yes, I am done with my summer quarter of my teaching credential. As if you guys are just starting to, I didn't say that in my introduction. If you are new to the podcast, by the way, welcome. I'm so glad you found me. I finished my first quarter for my multiple subject teaching credential. I want to eventually become an elementary school librarian. But why is there fiber in my nose? But I have to get the teaching credential in order to eventually get there, and also get the teacher librarian credential. I already have a master's in library and information science, but I'm not sure if it's in all states, but in the state of California, it is required to you have to have 2 credentials, not 3, 2. My pinky just wants to go up. You need to have at least 2. 1 teaching credential, whether it's single subject or multiple. Multiples for elementary and a little bit of middle school. Single subject is middle school and high school. So I want to be elementary. If I wanted to do middle school and high school, that would be a pretty bad mistake because they would eat me alive. Guaranteed. Oh, guaranteed. I've worked with high schoolers. They hate me. I'm too short. Like, maybe I could go do 6th grade through 8th grade. The boys will start gaining up with me. The girls, maybe not so much. Like, I could probably do middle school, but high school, forget it. They all tower over me and they're gonna eat me alive. And it's also just preference, personality-wise. I'm really not into doing that stuff. So I'm going into elementary school. I did have a position in San Francisco as a school librarian, and I was going to keep the position while I was going to school. I went through all of this stuff. Like, I had to renew my waiver credential. It was just so complicated, and my old supervisor even said it's just this labyrinth of stuff. So, my husband's putzing around. So, it was too complicated because even though I needed to, is it in? I know what I'll be doing in a minute. I'm talking about this now. Okay. So I wanted to keep my position, but in order, it's a catch-22 situation, okay? In order to be able to renew my waiver credential, which waives the teacher librarian credential and the teaching credential, in order to stay in my job, I had to have teaching credential units. So that meant I had to be a Cal State East Bay, which, for those who have not been following the drama of this ridiculous thing, I had didn't think I got in because I didn't pass the math, but then I did, and blah, 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 and all is good in the world, and I was in. I was like, fine, yes! I was going to use my school librarian position as an internship. I was told that you could do that. I was told you can do it. You can do it at another program. You can do it at Cal State Teach. I could have probably done it at San Francisco State. I probably could have done it at San Jose State. Cal State East Bay, which is known for their program, is well known for their really good teaching program, will not accept it. They will not accept it. They would not listen to me either. They're like, we've never heard of this. Why do you need a teaching credential to be a librarian? Like, have you done the librarian position? So I talked to San Francisco. I talked to Cal State East Bay. I talked to my dean. I talked to every single person that would listen to me. I'm like, come on, you guys. This is what I want to do. I have a master's. I'm not transitioning. I'm just trying to keep my job. And wouldn't have it. So I had to quit my job. Because either way, I would have lost my job, because my supervisor didn't want, I had to be able to have the units ready so that way I could do my waiver credential. Well, I can't do that without being in the program. The program is requiring me to quit my job. They told me, I had multiple people tell me in the program, you need to quit your job. Like, I'm here because of my job. It was just, and I could have tried to get a paid internship at San Francisco Unified. I could have gone that route. But I don't think you had to go through the program to let them approve you to get an internship. Even though I had been working with children with a year's worth, they were not going to approve me. I don't know. Even though I explained to them, I did lesson plans. I taught children. I knew how to teach children. They're like, no. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to save my commuting money anyway. I was being reduced to 0.6, which was, yeah. So my supervisor's like, then I'm not going to offer you. I'm like, that's fine. I can't. This is just too much. So I filed for unemployment, which I can do, which that's what came in, was my unemployment. Yeah, I applied for unemployment. Peter got an extra job, not an extra job, an extra class at his job. So we're okay. It's gonna be a little tight and whatnot, but we're gonna be okay. Right, Bunny?
Yep.
He gave me the thumbs up. So we'll be fine. We have already been doing a very strict budget. Now we're going to be extra budgety. So it'll be fine. But I got my student placement. I've been placed locally. I'm local. I don't have to go to BART and do Muni and spend $500 a month. So, sorry. Okay. Let me finish. Seems like it's taking me forever to record this. Alright, sorry. My friend in my cohort was asking a question. So, I got student placed in Hayward, and I've actually taught in that school before as a tutor. So, I'm really excited. I'm teaching 5th graders, though. They're going to eat me. I do want to teach kindergarten. So, my plan is I'm not going to immediately jump into being a librarian after I get my credential, because I still have to get my teacher librarian credential. So what I'm going to do is once I get my credential, which will be in the spring, after the spring quarter, I will have my credential, everything will be fine, and then I am going to work on getting my teacher librarian credential, and and that shouldn't take me that long, I don't think, but it'll also give me an opportunity to get more experienced in being a teacher in itself, because I do know that this past school year, one of the toughest things I had was just being a teacher. Librarian, being a librarian is like second nature to me. So it was being a teacher that was a little bit different because I didn't know the theories, I didn't know the methods or procedures and all that stuff. So I think I needed that. I think I need that experience in the background before I can go on and be my school librarian self. So I have time. I'm 32. I have plenty of time to eventually get into the library program, right? At least I'm not in corporate. So everything's gonna be fine. I keep telling myself that. I'm not as anxious as I thought I would be, to be perfectly honest. I thought I would be a lot more anxious about being unemployed, but I've been busy with school and I'm finished and I'm just waiting for my grades, which most of them are coming back really well. So yeah, it's hard for me to take a risk. When I did my master's, it was very much, I'm not quitting my job, and it turned out to be the worst decision ever because I couldn't get into the business. I didn't have much experience because I was too busy trying to keep my job. So it was just, I'm finally doing it. I'm finally taking a risk for something that I love doing. So taking a deep breath. Yeah. What else? Let's see. School for my student placement starts next Thursday. I'm waiting to go through the HR stuff. So I still have some time to relax and do nothing. I watched a lot of Veronica Mars, a lot of the Great British Baking Show, and now I'm just going to read. I looked, there was, other than Sense8, which the P and I are watching, I'm hesitant to watch the Stranger Beings because it looks scary. Okay, I get easily scared. You guys, I do. It looks scary. But Peter says it's really good. Everyone keeps saying it's really good, so my hair is bugging me. I straighten it out a little bit, so yeah, I got scared, but it's okay. It's alright. So I'm just gonna read a little bit. Peter's wandering around. He's making chili for himself because I'm going out. For himself, because he really wants chili. I know a lot of podcasts have talked about this topic, and I know I've already talked about it a little bit, but about body image, I don't really want to talk about it today because I don't feel like it. But I know I've talked about it somewhat in the past, and I've also talked a lot about different eating habits, and I just want everyone to know what I decide to do with my body is not any sort of guilt trip of any. I'm not body shaming myself. I'm listening to my body and understanding what it wants. So when I'm cutting back on sugar or quitting sugar entirely, it's because my body does not react to it very well. It doesn't. I've had binged on like cookies and a lot of processed sugar, and I wake up and I feel sick. So people should not feel guilty for eating what they want to eat. That is called an eating disorder. You should enjoy what you eat. Why do you keep walking in the... Really? That's a... He's playing with the rainbow. Can you see that? He's playing with the rainbow. What are you doing, honey? I haven't seen him for a week. I think he's telling me I need to stop talking to myself. Yeah, that's a yes. All right. Quick thing. Just know that what I'm talking about is not body shaming. How can you be sad with this rainbow right there? Alright, you guys, I think he wants me to get off. As I said before, you can find me on Literally Book Lady, on Ravelry and Instagram, and my phone is going off again. I really should silence that. You can find our group at Knit Chat with Jen. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today with your water, coffee, tea, beverage of choice. And I will hopefully see you later. And hopefully I upload this within a few days instead of a month. Alright, love you guys. Bye. So welcome to San Francisco, where you get the city, pretty city, and traffic, because there's too many people living here. Actually, this is not that bad. I've been in the middle of traffic where it's dead stopped.
I've been in the middle of traffic where people had to get out of their cars to pee against the railing.
Yeah. Yeehaw.
Soon you'll see that you don't need me, but I will see you through. You'll see that you don't